Hi friends, this is your ANR sir. Welcome you to ANR Academy. Today we read a very wonderful story and the name of the story is Dancing in the Rain. The name of the lesson is Dancing in the Rain, written by Azim H. Premji. Written by Azim H. Premji. So first of all, let us know about the narrator of this story. Azim Hashim Premji is an Indian business tycoon, investor, engineer and philanthropist who was the chairman of Wipro Limited. He was responsible for guiding Wipro through 4 decades of diversification and growth to finally emerge as one of the global leaders in the software industry. And this is a speech given in an institution. So let us read this speech. One often hears of the high prevalence of child labor in our country. So very often we listen people saying that in India there is child labor in a very big amount. That means a number of children are engaged in different activities. So everybody said about this. Of the many reports I have read, perhaps the most disturbing was a report on condition of children employed by jerry factories. You see, in the newspapers, from time to time, we read some reports about the child labor, and the narrator has read about such reports. So, out of a number of reports written on child labor, one report made the narrator to feel bad. What is that? About the employment of children by jerry factories. What are these jerry factories? You see, nowadays it is a fashion to wear designed frocks, designed blouses. For this, they use some lining, lace made of some colored, glittering beads and fabric with some fake pearls. Understood? So the places where this type of fancy laces are made is called jerry factories. So the narrator got disturbed by reading the conditions provided by the management to the child labor to work. Where these factories are located? On steep staircases lead to a trap door. That means in a buildings, the staircase is very steep. Understood? Very steep means what? Very difficult to mount. Difficult to go up. There, a small door would be there. Trap door. Very small. Very difficult to enter. Which open into hovel-like rooms. Very small rooms. That means suppose you have a room whose height is 8 feet. They convert that room into 2 or 3 partitions height wise. So if you want to work there, you cannot stand. You have to bend. You have to bend. That means that room will be divided by some shelves. A small 1 feet or 2 feet wide. And the children are supposed to bend, sit in a sitting position. They should work there. Very, very difficult to work. So seeing the conditions of the arrangements provided by these jerry factories, the narrator felt very sad. In Delhi, Mumbai and other parts of India, it grieves me to imagine. That means the narrator felt very sad. It made that report made the narrator to feel very sad, to imagine the conditions, how these children work there. Imagine children exposed to such inhumanity. That means not at all having any concern about the conditions of their work. So, the narrator started his speech with child labor. Here, one thing we should remember, child labor is a problem. That means poor parents, they send their children to work. They want some monies to be earned by the children. So, the narrator says, robbing children of their childhood is a criminal act. It is a crime. It is a crime. Suppose if the government authorities are reported about the child labor, the people, those who engage child labor, they will be punished. And our society must weed this malice out from the root. Weed. Weed means what? Unwanted plant. You see, a farmer picks out all unwanted plants from his field. So like this evil, this disease, what is this evil thing? What is this disease? Engaging children. Engaging children is a disease. This should be taken out from the roots. From the roots means what? When you remove it from the roots, then you stop its growth. Then you stop the growth. So, from the beginning you should remove it out. But where does the root lie? So, you should realize what are the cause. What is the cause for this disease? What is the beginning point for the disease? You should understand that, and there you should take proper action. Before you attempt an answer, let me give you an anecdote from the other end of the social spectrum. You see, our society is divided into two groups. One poor and other one rich. One poor and other one is rich. So it is certain, it is very clear that poor parents cannot send their children to read. That is the thing, they engage their children in some work so that they earn some money, and with that money they live. So in other part of our world, society, rich people are there. So now, this child labor, the narrator wants to give a different meaning for the child labor. Most of the people do not understand. Most of the people do not realize. Child labor means they understand that children engaged in some work which generates some money. So here the narrator gives another example. Here the children are not sent to any work to generate some money. They are sending somewhere. What is that? A colleague in Wipro has a child studying in Standard 9 of a reputed school in Bangalore. So the narrator says, one of his colleague means person who works with you. A person who works with you. That person works in Wipro along with the narrator. And that person has a child. School-going child. Reading Standard 9 in a very good school. This child wakes up at 5 a.m. and studies for an hour before going to school. So daily at 5 o'clock, this child wakes up and reads 1 hour before going to school. She returns from school at 4 p.m. and rushes for her IIT entrance exam coaching class. You see, immediately after coming from school, she would go to a coaching center where they provide coaching for IIT entrance. And that class lasts up to 6 o'clock. At 6, she has tuitions for 2 hours. So after that, for 2 hours, she has to undergo what? Coaching. Post dinner, she spends an hour or more on homework. So after returning back from the coaching center, she would again spend 1 hour to complete her homework. So the narrator asked this girl, I asked her when she gets time to play. You see, the child at 4 o'clock, she returns from her school. Immediately, she would go to a coaching center. There, she reads for 2 hours. After that, she would come home. And before taking her dinner, she would spend 1 hour. In order to complete her homework daily. Lots of homework is being given by the class teachers. They teach half part of the syllabus in the school. Remaining half they give the child to do at the home. So, in order to complete that homework, she would spend 1 hour before her dinner. So, listening that child's routine, the narrator had a confusion and asked her whether she would spend any time to play. For that, he got answer. She replied that she does not play. She replied, sorry sir, I do not play. She gets half hour of free time each day. So half an hour would be given to her. Every day. What for? To spend on that thing which she would like. So generally what this child would do? She would watch her favorite serial on television. She spends that half an hour to watch a favorite serial on television. That means she would never visit playground throughout the day. She also added that board exams and entrance exams are very important and that you only get one chance. You see, she said, "Sir, what is the use of playing? You see, I should have a good career. For that, I should prepare well. So that is the thing. So, not only in the school, but also in tuition, also I read well. I give importance only for studies. And we get only one chance in order to become successful in our life. So I don't want to miss." So now this narrator asks a very wonderful question. Is the condition of this child different from that of the child in jerry factory? You see, there in the jerry factory, the child works more than 10 hours. Understood? Missing playground, games, fun, everything. Here this child also misses her fun, playing, everything for studies. So, the condition of both the children is same. The condition of both the children is same. When I look at children, I wonder whether they have time to play with friends, to meet interesting people, to explore the world. You see, in order to have a very good education, you should see the things. When you play with your friends, you learn a lot of things. You learn how to lose. Understood? You see, you may not win each and every game. At times you lose. You have to make yourself adjusted to this. And when you meet interesting people, you learn a lot of things from those people. When you move to different places, then also you learn a number of things. So this is the thing. The narrator wondered whether these children have any time to play with friends, to meet interesting people, to explore the world, and to follow their curiosity. So, a lot of things they read in the books. So, they should have some practical knowledge. Then only they understand better. When the first monsoon showers begin, I would think that the streets would be full of children rushing headlong with an unrestricted into the rain, dancing and playing. You see, in my childhood, whenever we have the first showers, the streets would be full of children running here and there and enjoying the rain, dancing and playing. But nowadays, we miss this. We do not see the children. Parents stop them. They say, you catch cold. Do not go. Tomorrow you have exam. Like that, they do not allow the children to grab the joy of enjoying the first raindrop. That is the thing. So with this, let me stop today's lesson. Thank you for watching. If you like my teaching, subscribe to my channel, English for All Examinations. Have a nice day.